Do one of those pods where we eat in the microphone, and some people like really get off to that.
The ASFR.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Phil, you ready?
Yeah, I haven't even looked over this, but I can.
It's fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah, we can roll.
Yeah.
Welcome to the club.
Welcome back, everybody, for another edition of the Club Cool podcast. I'm your host, Barrett Dudley, and I am here in the lodge, brought to you, produced by Washed Media. Joining me on the other side of the table, what's up, Cactus Phil?
Yo,
How's it going?
enjoying some fries.
Enjoying, where are those fries from?
Mickey D's.
Oh, man.
Compliments
Man.
of Club Cool.
Yes, absolutely. We're here at the intersection, style and pop culture, as you know, and today there's a McDonald's at that intersection, and we're doing a live taste test right here in the studio on the pods. I've just been to McDonald's. I told them, as I was instructed to do by Monsieur Travis Scott, that Cactus Jack sent me. You can go check out that live experience on Instagram in the stories at Club Cool Pod, and
They loved it.
they were really into it.
Yeah.
They knew exactly what I meant right away, and they were very enthused, and they totally got it. No, I'm very much kidding. They were extremely put out by it.
As if they don't put up with enough bullshit.
I honestly, I do. I feel for the McDonald's workers this couple weeks, but they had to know this was coming.
Man.
And that's, we can just jump right into this taste test because I don't want our
Yeah,
burger to cool down anymore. Now, off the top,
Yeah.
we opened up this burger. It looks pretty good, man. Like
I'm
it
shocked.
looks
It looks very.
it looks fantastic. It's got
well put
bacon on
together.
it. It's got bacon on it.
Yeah.
Without further ado, let's see what this thing tastes like. I didn't make any modifications. I want
You
it
can make mods.
I want it exactly the way that Travis Scott likes it.
Bacon. Cheese.
All right, I'm here to tell you this is a pretty good McDonald's burger.
Yeah. You should know.
Mm-hmm.
You're the connoisseur.
The last time I went to McDonald's was actually when we were on our way home from Buffalo, Texas, after we had picked up Sonny. We were starving.
Yeah.
Had to get something. Found a McDonald's. I got my usual meal, the Barrett Dudley. That's, you can tell him Barrett sent you. And that's the double cheeseburger, plain, 6-piece nuggets, sweet and sour sauce. The nuggets hit like they always do. But the burger, I wasn't feeling as much. And I don't know, your taste buds change every 7 years.
Is
I don't
that
know.
right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I needed something new. I needed something fresh. Because you know how I like my McDonald's.
Yeah. You're a true American.
And this is it. They didn't do me wrong with this Cactus Jack
Here's
burger,
the thing.
Phil.
This thing is loaded with sodium.
Oh, yeah. You don't need any more cholesterol for the rest of September, I don't think. But it's got the pickles, the onions, the bacon. I think it's definitely got ketchup, maybe mayonnaise and mustard too.
Dude,
That Jack, he knows what he's doing with his McDonald's order.
there's nothing wrong with that.
I want to talk about this as a whole because when this first started coming out that there was a Travis Scott McDonald's collaboration, it sounded like it was maybe the stupidest thing I'd ever heard of. And not that these two things are mutually exclusive, but now I'm thinking that it might be the most brilliant thing I've ever heard of. Like, McDonald's was smart enough to get this guy that they know, one, the kids will do, wear, say, buy anything that this guy touches.
Mm-hmm.
And Travis is enough of a sellout to where he'll put his name on anything that pays him enough money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey, money talks, baby.
Money talks. You got to secure the bag. Everybody knows that.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got the little, they've got the commercials on TV right now where the little Travis Scott action figure is like, tell him Cactus Jack sent you. He's like, this is the Travis Scott meal. This is exactly what I order. Even for all the way back from my days in the H-Town. He talks about Houston, like the whole
I haven't
thing.
seen that.
I'm doing a really bad Travis Scott impression right now, but
No, that's good.
that's kind of how it sounds. And I'm seeing videos of kids. They're stealing the window decals. They're like
What?
they're sneaking up and like peeling off the decals and sprinting back to their cars.
God, those poor McDonald's employees, man.
So yeah, or prior number one, this definitely sucks for the McDonald's workers because you've seen, I'm sure, other videos besides the one that I just did. I think my favorite one that I saw is a guy pulling up. The guy asks what he can, like, how he can help. And the guy just kind of like laughs and goes, "You know what I'm here for."
Yeah. And then he blares Travis Scott.
Uh-huh. But that's after the dude has already been like, "Next window, please." So,
yeah.
Like he already knows.
Mm-hmm.
It's like $6.50. He doesn't even have to ask. And so yeah, I tried to just order by saying that Cactus Jack sent me today, and she wasn't having it.
No.
She just How can I help you? What do you want? Just tell me what you want.
Was it the same lady when you got to the window? Or
No, it was the lady that I paid, who, it's. Should I feel mean? Should I feel bad about pulling this? That's not really a prank.
No.
I mean, McDonald's is kind of asking for it.
It's content, man.
And it's right. Content is king.
Sacrifices have to be made.
And it's not like we're throwing full Cokes into it. We're not doing like the thing where you like grab the ice cream upside down, or you throw the the milk. There's an episode of The Office where Andy tries to do this, right?
Well, I know on CKY they used to do.
Oh, he's big on CKY.
Fire in the hole.
Fire
and
in the hole.
Throw the drink right back in their face.
Yes,
which is such bullshit.
I think Dwight tries to do it on an episode of The Office.
Now that's Andy. No good.
So yeah, there's this report. I pulled it up. It was on Twitter, and then this is from Complex. It says Travis Scott devotees have responded quite well to the launch of La Flame's McDonald's collab. In fact, as detailed in a new report from USA Today, McDonald's locations have been confirmed to be running short on ingredients required to put together the officially sanctioned Travis Scott meal.
What is it that they're running out of?
Which is a quarter pounder with cheese, bacon, and lettuce paired with barbecue sauce-assisted medium fries and a Sprite. Oh my God, I'm just now realizing that they forgot the barbecue sauce. Maybe they were out of the BBQ.
I think I got a little hit.
No, you're supposed to get it on the side with your fries.
Oh, okay.
That boy Travis, he likes to dip his fries in the BBQ sauce.
What could they be running out of? I mean, this is like
standard
procedure.
I think like the bacon.
Yeah.
I think probably the bacon is what they're running out on. There was like a bacon shortage earlier in the pandemic anyway. So, there's merch associated with this. Of course, there was a first run that was all like it's all on shop.travisscott.com. And what Travis Scott merch does is it's a little bit like the pre-order situation. Again, we've been here over the last several months. We're talking about like ways that brands and merch and these companies are like trying to get into your wallet in a more meaningful way or in a different way to secure cash up front or improve cash flow or not have to hold inventory. And so what they're doing and what they have done in the past is like they did it, there was like a release along with his latest Nike shoe, that 270 with the big air bow on the back. It was like the desert something or other. You can go buy the merch, and it's like a window of time where it's all available, 24 or 48 hours. But it's not going to get to you for 6 weeks.
Wow.
But and even then, it still holds like a resellability.
Yeah.
Because if you don't order then, it's gone forever.
Yeah.
So like, there still is that limited piece of it. And this most recent batch of the Travis Scott merch is all put together by like another brand that's been pretty popular on the streetwear scene, by Cactus Plant Flea Market. And so this stuff has like a really kind of absurdist spin to it with these really kind of funky, weird
I like the
graphic tees.
The round yellow
right
graphic,
here. Yeah, with that's the Travis Scott doll. That's the face of the doll that's like in the ads and stuff. And look, Phil, we can now officially get one of these if we want, because this says I ordered the Travis Scott meal at McDonald's, and we have now. We've done it. We're officially allowed to buy any piece of this merch. To be completely honest, I'm kind of into the tote myself.
You don't want the cardigan?
The cardigan is...
That's great.
It's going to be a pass, because this is obviously
a
terrible mock that like a graphic designer did in 14 seconds.
How much is that?
$250.
That's great.
No indication of whether it's made out of like 100%, dog shit acrylic polyester.
Dude, they've found some way to get Gildan involved.
Or if it's a cotton, or if it's like, who knows? It could be cashmere, Phil.
Yeah.
It doesn't say it's not cashmere.
Whatever it is, this whole thing is genius marketing.
Yes, that's what I keep coming back to. Like, what a brilliant idea from McDonald's. You know how much I would love to see what their sales increase.
Yeah.
From just signing up signing up Travis Scott to literally be like, hey, what's your McDonald's order? We're going to make it a meal. That's it. And then they shot some commercials.
Travis is the new Monopoly game for McDonald's.
Yes. Hopefully it's all above the table this time. Hopefully this isn't a,
nobody's hoarding these meals somewhere.
Yeah. Well, these burgers, they last forever. So
don't remind me.
So there's been lots of talk on the web about how really you just need to order one of these, hold on to it for 6 months, and then resale will be through the roof on the Travis Scott meal once it's gone.
Yeah, I'll buy one.
So we've officially participated, and I won't lie to you, I feel pretty good about it.
Yeah, not bad at all.
I don't feel bad about it.
Not bad.
This Travis Scott and I now have the same McDonald's order because this burger was pretty good, man. Not mad at it.
I've had a lot. I haven't had McDonald's in. I would guess the last time I had McDonald's was around 2010, possibly 11.
No way.
Yeah, because I still remember it's off Highway 71. I was starving. I was going back to Beaumont. I was like, "Fuck it," and it was terrible.
So this is your first McDonald's experience in
a very long time,
many years.
Yeah.
So not only are you reviewing the Travis Scott meal, you're reviewing
as a whole.
McDonald's as a whole.
This is a good first step.
And you forgot how good these fries were, probably.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for the podcast today. No, I'm kidding.
All right, thanks, everybody.
No, that's it for our McDonald's section. I'm gonna let us take a quick break here from a sponsor, and in the meantime, we can finish up these tasty burger halves that we have here in front of us. Today's podcast is brought to you by Bespoke Post. If your mailbox is anything like mine, 90% of the time, it is a pretty depressing place, especially in a year like 2020. It's nothing but political flyers. Oh my God, there's so many of them. Utility bills, unholy amounts of coupons that I'm never going to use. But you know that the Club Cool podcast, man, we love getting packages of good stuff in the mail. And once a month, there is, just a superb reason to be stoked to go out to that mailbox, to your front porch, down to your office where they keep all the packages. And that's because of Box of Awesome from Bespoke Post. Bespoke Post sends guys only the best stuff every month. And no matter what you're into, Box of Awesome has you covered. From style and grooming goods to barware, cooking tools, and outdoor gear, Box of Awesome has carefully built collections for every part of your life. Here's how you can get started. You go take a quiz at boxofawesome.com. Your answers will help the team over there pick the right Box of Awesome for you. They release new boxes every month across a very, very wide range of categories. It's free to sign up. You can skip a month or cancel anytime, and each box costs only $45, but you are guaranteed that it will have over $70 worth of gear inside. We're on Bespoke Post right now. We're looking at some of these new packages that they have. I am immediately drawn to the Over Easy package.
How could you not be?
This looks like you're getting an entire cast iron skillet in this thing. The shipping alone on that is worth $45.
And pancakes.
Now maybe it's not. I shouldn't promise the skillet. It might just be the
flapjacks.
Oh nope, you get the cast iron skillet.
Beautiful.
Wow.
What a deal.
You get the special pancake mix, real Vermont maple syrup. Is there anything better than making yourself some flapjacks on a Saturday or Sunday morning? Because I don't think so. You can do it all with that Over Easy package. There's Aged if you're into barware. If you need a new whiskey decanter. Layers gets you a nice button up and some cool socks. Weekender, you get a whole ass bag for the weekend for your weekend trips. There's so much good stuff. Every month there's at least there's multiple boxes that I'm interested in getting. So get 20% off your first monthly box when you sign up at boxofawesome.com and make sure that you enter the code CLUBCOOL at checkout. Once again, that's boxofawesome.com. Enter the code CLUBCOOL for 20% off of your first box. All right, Phil. We are back. We have heard from our delightful sponsor today, Bespoke Post. Our bellies are full from the delicious Travis Scott meal. Shouts to McDonald's. We just gave them 20 minutes of free advertising. If you didn't think that the idea was, if we hadn't convinced you that this was actually maybe brilliant marketing, So I just kind of wanted to do a little recap and a little add-on to the podcast that I did last week, where I went solo. I went solo dolo. I was back in the closet. It was very unfortunate. My peas were popping. I need an upgraded mic, something with a little more softness. I need something with a little cushion, like the little pad on it, or something like that. So I do apologize for the lack of audio quality. I wasn't here in the Wash Media Studios, the lodge, to get that grade A sound. But basically, the gist of what I was putting down last week was how, I've always had a lot of questions thrown my way, like, that are pretty basic style questions, like guys that want to kind of elevate their look a little bit. They're graduating from whatever they wore in college or maybe shortly thereafter, and they want to be a more stylish person. And so how do you get started? Whether they're asking about pants or sneakers or t-shirts or whatever. And it just kind of dawned on me this year that like my answers to those questions in 2020 are suddenly very different than they were 5 years ago for sure. But even like 2 years ago, there seems to have been like this kind of shift in some of the things that we're looking for and some of the things that we kind of like perceive and think of as the most stylish looks these days. So I broke down some of that, talked about some of the brands that I pay attention to the most right now, gave like a starter rotation of what I thought was like a perfect kind of starter layout of pants to have. And now I just wanted to kind of talk about another piece of that. I've been going through my closet even as recently as this morning, just kind of like pulling out tees that I haven't worn, putting stuff on. And just like everything, kind of the big notion here is that silhouettes are just loosening up, and I no longer feel comfortable in t-shirts that I did 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. So if anything is like too constricting through the chest, or like shows off my arms too much, or has sleeves like a little too short, I'm suddenly I feel like I have a baby tee on or something.
Yeah. So I have that issue, but I'm just riding with it because I have a lot of vintage tees, and it's either with a vintage tee the sleeve comes down to like right here.
Yep.
Or it's way up.
Yeah.
Like
yeah. And I mean, so one of the things I have on here to even talk about is like how if you're kind of looking for that starter rotation of t-shirts, I feel like the vintage kind of graphic tee look still very much part of this wave, mm-hmm. But it's like you should always take the size up now. And I don't, I've seen you in all your vintage t-shirts. I don't think any of them look too small.
Right.
And
some of those are larges.
Exactly.
It's like,
it's really, really weird.
You never know.
I saw this guy at the gym the other day, and he had on this old ass Ken Griffey Jr. Cincinnati Reds tee.
Nice.
It was like one of those ones with like a big kind of like funky, like picture,
like a NASCAR looking shirt.
Kind of, yeah, but with Griffey and I thought it just looked. He had unfortunately kind of ruined it because he had the full like cut off like down all the way almost to the hem. But it was a cool T-shirt, and so like I was like looking at Grailed and eBay for old Griffey tees. Now I want a Mariners one.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with the Reds. I'm a Mariners boy.
Okay.
And yeah, man, you need like a large to get the right kind of boxy fit. It's almost like they could just all be larges and they would fit most people.
It's insane that oversized tee that I got from All Saints like a few years ago, and it was an extra small. And you've seen how big that thing is.
Yeah. So it's just kind of been interesting to kind of it's always something that amazes me. It like over the decade plus that I've now been interested in this type of stuff, to think about like what we call it when we're designing product and when we're thinking about making fit changes to product, we call it fit migration. And it's basically like the act of kind of slowly changing the fit of something over the course of a few seasons, so that there's not like this big reaction of like, oh my God, why does this thing fit so much slimmer?
Yeah.
But taking a quarter inch out of a width or out of a length or out of the shoulder measurement season by season, and suddenly you're just like training an audience, you're training customers to like expect something different. And so it's always weird to me when I like pull something out of the closet and I'm like, this was one of my favorite things when I bought this, and now it's just like, what am I doing? I
can see 3 tees right now that fit they're gone. Consider them gone.
Yeah. And so that's all part of it, is that like you can be so in love with something, and if you're evolving with the trends and with the designs and with everything else, and like even with just what's offered to you at any given moment, like your tastes will eventually just change like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's part of what makes it fun, is that, it'd be boring if we were just always interested in the exact same looks and fits and cuts year to year to year. But it's always kind of like, this year especially just feels like one where I'm like, man, the stuff that I really like and gravitate towards is wildly different than it was even 2 to 3 years ago. And so I just wanted to, since I commented on pants last week and did some specifics there, you can go back and listen to that episode. It's only like 35 minutes long if you want to hear about pants. Today I'll just like tell you, I'll throw out a few options for my tee picks. And that is, today I have on like Entire World.
Yeah, they're good.
Which is the Scott Sternberg, I believe is his name. He did Band of Outsiders in the hashtag menswear era. This is like their basic cut. They do a boxy tee as well, which I had tried, didn't love as far as boxy tees go.
It's got that nice thick collar.
But the collar is not, it's not strangling.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. And then I've commented before on the Discord, and I believe maybe even on Instagram, that I'm really, really into standard issues tees right now. And pretty much everything I'm naming today is also like a really, really good price. Yeah. It's not $15, $19 like it's not quite as good as like the J. Crew slub pockets that we like, but I'm not talking $90 John Elliott tees either. Yeah. But so this Entire World tee, the standard issue tees, if you do like that kind of heavyweight, heavy cotton, that thicker, almost vintagey feel, there's the heavyweight relaxed tee from Everlane. And then you and I each have a couple new tees here, and along with some other stuff from a brand called Uniform. Mm-hmm. And the creator, designer, owner of Uniform is actually going to be joining us on this podcast next week.
How about that?
His name is Pat Allen. We have a bunch of his upcoming stuff here to kind of mess around with and check out. It is all very, very good. We're messing around with it a little bit just before the podcast started, and I tried on this tee that he sent me today. It's new. It's called the Artist Tee, and it's kind of his entry into the slightly like oversized, boxier cut. And now I'm just upset that I haven't been like all over these t-shirts earlier. Yeah. And I don't know why I doubted it. I'm always worried. I'm always worried about the length.
Me too.
Because
it's a given that if you get a small, it's going to fit you up top, like around the chest. It might be a little tight. But the length is always, for me, if I get a medium, because, for instance, one of the standard like blanks that you're aware of, that what was it that we used to use? Who was it?
Next Level.
Those were always so long, and I needed a medium.
Yes.
But the medium was incredibly long. Yeah. And I'm not getting a $20 shirt hemmed.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No.
So I would just go with a small, and it would be too tight.
Yeah. That's it's a very prevalent issue, even with a brand like two that come to mind, Noah that we talk about, and then Aimé Leon Dore. Like, I pretty much have to ignore their t-shirts because the size spec is so. I mean, I guess I'm just in a weird size range, but like, if I get a small from those brands, Noah especially, the chest is too tight.
Really?
But if I go up to a medium, now it's like that shirt is like 30 inches long.
Yeah.
And I'm 5'8", that thing's hanging down like past my crotch. That's not what I want. And like you're saying, like, I'm not gonna go get this t-shirt hemmed.
No.
So it's.
I've gotten some vintage tees hemmed because you're not gonna find them again, and I really love them.
If I end up with something, and I'm picturing a t-shirt that I know is just like it's almost like it had to have been an accident so long. But I love the graphic. I love the fit of the tee. I love the feel of the tee. Like, I'm gonna go get this thing hemmed. Yeah. So if you end up with something that you love, or like that, if you find the perfect graphic tee or the vintage tee that fits everywhere else, yeah, it's an option. The disappointing part about having t-shirts hemmed is that it's so much more expensive than you think it will be.
Yeah.
Like, right. I think last time I had a t-shirt hemmed, it was $22. Yeah. And it doesn't seem like I get it and I don't get it. It doesn't because a pants hem is not that expensive. just a straight pants hem. But that's so much easier. You're dealing with thicker fabrics that don't move around as much. You have a much narrower piece to cut. You just, you're cutting like a, max 8-inch section of a pant, right? Yeah. With a t-shirt, you got the bottom of a t-shirt. It's like 20 inches in width.
I've never
so
gotten
it's just a lot more. It's just a lot more to deal with for the tailor, for the seamstress.
I've never gotten out of there for less than $30 for anything that I've done.
Yeah.
Standard issue has some cool masks too.
Yeah, they do.
I think everybody's probably got a version of a mask at this point.
Yes. Yeah.
These are cool though, tie-dye.
Yeah. I've got this. So this one right here. This is. I tried the John Elliott masks.
Yeah.
I dig them, but it pulls my ears out a little bit.
It does.
And I don't know what to do about that.
You're gonna have to live with that, bro.
Have you found ones that like the ones from Profound? Do they do that at all to you?
No, it doesn't, because it's stretchy. The loops are stretchy.
Like very stretchy.
Very stretchy.
And maybe thinner.
Let me see that.
Don't want to give you my COVID germs there.
I don't know. This is pretty stretchy too, but Profound to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it's doing
a little
that.
bit more comfortable.
Yeah.
These things right here, although
that an N95?
The KN95.
Wow.
Very comfortable. Made me break out almost instantaneously.
Okay.
Because it seals you off. Total seal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still for comfort, it's still like the surgical masks are still doing it best for me.
Yeah. That's the reason they've been around for so long.
But they don't look cool.
Nah.
You can't get a kid off with a surgical mask. And these things are going to be part of our daily lives for like the next year. So
yeah.
So I got to find a solution here. But back to uniform. Yeah. So I was worried about the length because I would look at the size charts and be worried that they were too long. But now I've got my standard alpha size here in this new long sleeve artist tee, and it fits me perfectly. And I know new colors are coming out tomorrow of the short sleeve and long sleeve artist tees. So definitely go check that out. We're going to get to talk to Pat next week about some of this stuff that is forthcoming. It's a conversation that I'm really, really looking forward to having. And yeah, man, if you're not familiar with uniform, definitely go check them out. Phil, you have the vintage crew,
yes,
which I know they are short on sizes and colors right now, but I think that there are restocks coming soon.
Feels nice. I'm stoked to put it.
Yeah, on. It's Supima cotton, and that's another thing. Like I think of Supima as like very kind of thin and silky, but this isn't. It's really soft,
yeah,
but substantial is really what it's doing. So it's gold, man. I'm stoked to get some more stuff from them and talk to Pat next week. So yeah,
website's clean too.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
no BS. Not too much. It's not overwhelming. Everything's priced correctly.
Yeah, and right now what you're going to see from them is tees and a hoodie or two. Yeah. But Pat is working on like fully fleshing out the line as well. So it's going to be he's going to be in all corners of your wardrobe pretty soon, and
we'll make sure of it.
I'm looking forward to that. So one last thing that this all kind of had me thinking about, just talking about the new silhouettes and new tee fits and pants fits that I'm more interested now. I'm a guy that really likes a lot of different styles, a lot of different looks, a lot of different brands. Like I have a really hard time like being like, okay, this is my look now. I want to be like, I want to do this like streetwear prep thing. So I'm only going to shop Aimee and Noah.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I want to shop them, but then I also want to do the Japanese Americana thing, and I want to shop Capital, and I want to shop Double RL for a little Western stuff. And like, I need like my Southwest 2.8 and Howler Brothers for my, like my fly fishing, I'm too all over the place. So I was just thinking, so right now, if I went and I grabbed my favorite t-shirt, like the thing I'm most in love with now, my favorite t-shirt, my favorite shirt, my favorite jacket, my favorite pants, my favorite shoes, like all that type of stuff, I threw it on the bed, would I be able to make any type of cohesive outfit with it?
Yeah.
Right? And I think that...
I bet you could.
I think because of some of these through lines right now, I think that even though my favorites might come from like different arenas, I think it kind of would all go together. And I think that's partially due to some of the similarities that each of these little kind of worlds share. It's also partly due to the fact that like the more relaxed silhouettes kind of lend themselves to being in these more eclectic kind of like boho looking kind of kits. And then I also think it's due to the fact that like because menswear and streetwear are so scattered and so mixed that like the mishmash look is just almost kind of like that's kind of what you see on Instagram the most, right?
Yeah.
And to that same end, it's what you have to be most careful about, because certain looks become so prevalent on the gram that it's like suddenly that's what you're thinking of every time you're putting something together. You're like, oh well, this is what looks good. So it's like suddenly you have on like the bright colored dunks with a baggy pant and like a boxy tee and like a Carhartt jacket and like a some type of like trucker hat, and it's like that's every streetwear dude on Instagram right now. We graduated from that's almost like, dare I say it, but that's almost like the skinny sweatpants and Yeezy 350 boosts with an off-white tee now, right?
Right.
Like, and so you kind of have to be careful. It's like, just because that look is maybe more stylish and less hype beast right now, that doesn't mean it's any less ubiquitous or, kind of carbon copy of just what everybody else is doing. So,
I think that if you look in the mirror and think, man, I kind of look stupid, then don't do it. There's stuff that I've put on.
That's good advice. That's
dude,
good advice.
I don't feel comfortable in this, and I'll take it off. But maybe it's just because it doesn't go with what else I have like on up top, or vice versa. But if you feel comfortable in it, just wear it.
Yeah.
If you think you look good, then do it.
Let's see. What else do we have for today, Phil? You were absent last week.
Yeah,
and that's
closing
because
deals,
because you got yourself into to a bidding war, right?
A bit of one.
Not yourself, but some clients.
Yeah.
Of yours.
We avoided that by submitting a nice offer.
So you're out there making deals, slinging houses now?
Yeah.
Back at it?
Back at
it again?
Mm-hmm.
That's
for all your real estate needs, give me a phone call.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it's fun. I love it. I mean, it's a lot of fun. Now doing real estate full-time, sole income, it's much harder than people realize, which that's not what I'm doing. But if I had made that decision to do that, it's much more difficult to make a decent living doing that. It
always you get to like a hot market like Austin, and it sounds very, very good.
Mm-hmm. You're
You're like, oh, this would be so easy.
Right.
I get a few houses. I take my 3% or whatever it is. Like, I got to sell 3-4 houses a year. That's it. I'm set.
Incorrect.
But it's such a saturated market.
Not only that,
there's so many real estate agents.
That 3% gets cut about 6 to 7 times before it actually enters your pocket.
Really?
Yeah. Unless you're working for yourself, and then if you're your own broker, there's more fees and insurance that you have to carry. So it's all...
Not to mention, at that point, you're self-employed, so you're paying all the self-employment taxes.
That's what I mean. It's all irrelevant. Now, and that's not to say it's not a great career, but I think that people just see like these shows on like Netflix or whatever, and like it just seems like at any moment I'm going to go buy that Tesla. And cruise around like all these other douchebags.
It's also, I think a lot of those like kind of jobs that look like they're glamorous like that. Even being an actor is one.
Yeah.
Like, it's a grind, man.
Of course.
Like, you are working long days, weekends. It can be super boring.
For months on end.
There's little security in it because it's up to you. It's just like, for actors, they got a book. For real estate agents, you got to sell. You got to have good listings. You got to find the right people to buy.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So it's
and one thing that is really kind of just getting into this and seeing how the full-time agents, not very few would fall into this category, but a lot of them, if you're trying to feed your family and to have a living and to do all this, you have to make these sales, right? And so that can force realtors to be pushy and like selling someone on a house that might not be a fit for them. And that just gives me the creeps. And that's why I really enjoy having this as a supplemental form of income.
Yeah.
That way you can devote full attention to the client. This is a real estate podcast from now on. Without having to, not that I couldn't sleep at night knowing that those clients aren't in the house that they should be in, but hell, I made a sale. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That doesn't work for me.
Yes. Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, all about trust in that game too.
That's right.
That's all scary. But
here at Battalion Real Estate, trust is paramount.
That's your tagline, right? You have that on your card.
No, but I will.
Are you going to be on any bus stops soon? Are you going to get a graphic on a bus bench?
I'm gonna go one step further and get a billboard on 35.
Ooh, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. Look, here's our vintage tee guy right here. I think you're gonna like this. I just feel like you'll like this fit.
Who is that?
That is Jacob Elordi. He's this 22-year-old Australian dude. He's on Euphoria.
So you got a little frat tuck
And
going?
he's on he's on the movies The Kissing Booth on Netflix. There's like 2 of them.
Uh-huh.
And he was dating Zendaya,
Oh, okay.
also from Euphoria, and then they broke up, and like 2 days later he was dating Kaya Gerber, Cindy Crawford's daughter, model. She just
It's
turned
tough out there
She
for this
just turned
dude.
19.
How old is he?
I think 22. But this guy had this is probably like a triple XL vintage tee. Now he's like 6'4".
Yeah. Oh, is he?
But
That's
he's
great.
got the short shorts, which are all the rage right now with
Yeah.
these guys, and he's geesing. He's
Great.
geesing.
Love it. I love the
So,
whole fit.
I do too. It's great fit.
Beautiful.
People were mad at this on the GQ's
What were they mad about?
Instagram comments. I don't know. They just didn't agree that this was a big fit. I think they were mad about this guy dating Kaya Gerber, and then I also saw some Golden Goose slander.
Oh,
as
really?
Well. Yeah, yeah.
We can't have that.
His mask looks like it's fitting him nicely. I gotta zoom in there and figure out the
Yeah.
brand on those.
Golden Goose has really been bastardized as of late. I think over the past year and a half.
How so?
Well, first of all, there's that
Too many celebs wearing them?
No, too many moms wearing them,
Mm.
and now there's a knockoff brand that
Yes,
is just dedicated to knocking off
Yeah.
geese.
And they're not. You're talking about the brand that's still like $200 a pop, right?
I don't know how much they are.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I didn't. I know what you're
It's
talking.
like
I can't remember
it's
the name,
like
but
some
it's-
initials.
Yes, like CHL4. Or
Why
whatever.
would you do that? Why would you wear those?
Because you don't want to spend $500 on the geese.
Don't even try it.
You
then.
can save $300 and get the look.
No, you're not getting the look.
It's
you're
the,
getting
it's,
a knockoff.
It's the same with brands like do you get targeted on Instagram by like MNML?
No.
Minimal? They're just like dedicated to ripping off everything that Rude and Fear of God does.
Really?
Yeah, like carbon copies of this shit, but it's $60 pants. You know?
But it's the same designs and everything, like graphics?
No, I mean not like that, not that straight up theft.
Uh-huh.
But like Rude will do like a cargo short where the cargo pockets are like hanging off.
Oh yeah.
You know, like the
yeah.
pocket like extends below the hem and it's got like long yellow drawstrings.
Yeah.
And then Minimal will have like a cargo short where the pockets hang off the hem and it's got long yellow drawstrings. That type of stuff.
Well, what I don't understand is how this brand that's knocking off the geese gets away with it, because they will do to the tee, the colorway, everything, the positioning of the star, to the pattern underneath. The only difference on most of them is the tongue tag that has their brand name, and the heel cap or whatever doesn't say anything, like Golden Goose, but whatever.
P448.
Get off my soapbox.
That's it. P448 is the brand, I think.
Well, let's not give them any
Let's do
press.
Yeah. Well, I'm just explaining. Like it is what it is. I understand why there's a market for it.
Yeah.
But all right. Here's Bieber. Now we're just going down GQ.
All right, fuck it.
Yeah. This is.
Do they think that's a big fit?
Yeah. This is their big fits. This is their
okay.
10 biggest fits. Guava Union 4s. Have you seen the Popstar video? The Drake. The song.
Oh yeah.
Where it's Bieber. How did I miss this? This came out like 2 weeks ago. I just saw it like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
This is right up my alley.
It's good.
I love awesome pop culture stuff like that, where like celebrities interact with celebrities.
Two of your faves too.
Yes, absolutely.
It's good.
He says, "You think Scooter Braun is his manager?" Boom, there's Scooter Braun right in the video. I can't get enough.
Well, he's steady with that beanie.
Has he been wearing this beanie a lot?
Bieber beanie. I don't know. I always
It's
feel like he's in
classic. I don't know if there's a more Los Angeles style move that you can do
than the beanie.
than the beanie in like 80-degree weather.
Yeah.
Ever since like as far back as like Ashton Kutcher doing the where it was like all the way back.
I was into that big time.
I was into it too.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I won't front.
Don't front. Keep going. Let's see what else is on here.
This is okay though. I'm into this. The unions look good here, and I kind of thought that was a crappy shoe, but it's all right.
That shirt is dope, and that's his brand, isn't it?
Honor the gift. Yeah. Is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm. Because somebody posted that on the Grom.
Okay, this is Russ. Yeah. Russ in a cutoff. You gonna wear it tucked into some black jeans like this?
Fuck it. Maybe.
Yeah.
Those are those Fear God
Converse. Yeah. David Beckham. Okay.
Jeezy.
There he is. Here's your boy. It's Justin Thoreau.
Shakira.
In a Shakira graphic tee.
Now let's talk about hymns. You can't tell me this dude isn't hemming every single tee.
So he is on record. He's on record. He and Jennifer Aniston. But Justin Thoreau is on record. He gets all of his T-shirts tailored.
Yeah.
And all of his T-shirts fit him so perfectly and so the same that I think he's hemming the entire. I think he's tailoring the entire
whole
thing.
Deal. Yeah.
I think he has a T-shirt guy.
Good man.
That literally does these things to his specs. Because if this fits him so snugly and yet is not pulling anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
Like through the chip.
Down the torso.
Yes,
there.
right, exactly.
It's not pulling under here.
Right, yeah, exactly. And
I need a T-shirt guy, man.
You need a T-shirt guy. But then, more than anything, he is absolutely having these things hemmed because they always fit him. They always hit right there above his belts.
Those are those boots that he wore in that.
He's got a great collection of belts, this guy.
Yeah.
And he's got to show them off.
Man, that's a big fit.
That's right up your alley.
It's right up my alley.
Yeah.
He's in the gloves, too.
Oh. Well, because he's about to get on his hog.
Oh, okay.
That's got to be it, right? Or
I don't know.
those
those
COVID
look like
gloves?
the surgical gloves.
Oh, just some COVID gloves. Okay.
Leon
Bridges. Not sure who this is. That is, it's something.
That is something. There you have it.
That's GQ's 10 biggest fits of the week. But this Jacob Elordi fit was pretty on point for the checking all the trend boxes, I thought.
Yeah.
Showing off the quad.
Yeah.
The white socks, the huge vintage tee.
Man, I don't have those quads.
No?
No.
You're not doing squats at Golds anymore?
I'm not. I'm a Lifetime boy now, by the way.
Oh, that's right. You're not. You and Dave aren't.
Don't get it twisted.
You and Dave aren't getting your squats on?
No. I'm not doing any power cleans.
I heard they're opening next week. Gyms up to 75%. It's got me a little shook.
Get ready.
I'm preferring the 50%.
At Lifetime, I haven't noticed. I've only been there for a few weeks now, but it's never really. I went once at 5. That was very crowded.
Yes. Yeah. I try not to go at the hot hours like that.
Right. But I don't. I've never seen them cut anybody off we're at capacity.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, that will wrap it up for us today. Let's once again, thank you to Bespoke Post, our sponsor. Go to boxofawesome.com, take that quiz, use code CLUBCOOL for 20% off. Check us out on patreon.com/clubcool. That is the easiest way. Even if you don't want to become a paying patron, if you just follow us on Patreon, that's where I send out the Discord link. Discord's still hot. Still getting lots of tips, lots of good stuff. And Phil, we were getting dangerously close to 200 patrons on Patreon. We're very close. And if we do that, what I have on there as the goal is that we'd bring back the hotline. But what I'm thinking is that we might just do an entire. If we hit 200, we'll just do a separate podcast, all patron listener questions available exclusively through Patreon. We're almost there.
Beautiful.
If what you've always wanted more than anything in your entire life is an additional Club Cool episode, we can make it happen.
That's what they've been wanting.
We're going to figure something out. So get us there. I think we need 7 more people. Patreon.com/clubcool, and we'll have some good editorial content. You can jump in the Discord. Follow the podcast at Club Cool Pod. If you, obviously got good posts. That's where you can see on the stories right now me annoying the hell out of a McDonald's worker by telling her that Cactus Jack sent me. Follow Phil at Peebatag on Instagram. You can follow me at Barrett Dudley. And we'll be back next week with Pat Allen from Uniform.
Dude.
See you then.
Thanks, McDonald's.